Just wanna bomb.
Not everyone's life runs in straight lines. At Sophia, we get that. Our flexible, affordable, self paced college level courses help thousands of people just like you complete their degrees for only 99.
A German couple is woken up late at night after hearing strange noises coming from the attic.
I'm not gonna lie, that this one's like number 5. This one's actually number 6. This one I don't know about this one. Hold up.
Eve is a inside.
Alright, number 4. This one's not like number
The
1 or something.
following video was taken inside an elementary school that's been abandoned for decades. From vast, empty hallways to vacant classrooms, the school is entirely void of anyone else inside. Or so it seems. Although the person recording has explored this place before, they claim that there's now a different atmosphere inside.
Obviously,
Unlike
bro.
before, this place now gives a terrifying sensation. Chris Hill, who you may recall from previous videos, is an urban explorer who's encountered many strange things.
Chris Hill. That's his name. Oh my days, chat. No. I work in the streets, man. The streets work for me. What are you talking about? Chat, what happened here, bro? What happened? Yo, what happened here, man? Like, what the frick? No way, bro. Let me do this all over again. Gotta restart this. Such a hassle, boys. Nah, bro. Yo, the last video was mad crazy, though. Yeah, I'm telling you, what the frick? Yo, that video was crazy, man. If you're in chat or anything. It was kind of cold in here. How about so? Why does this not work? What the frick? Just drop a high or a head or something. Where's the video I just saw? Whoa, what the heck? Yeah, I forgot I put that there. Yo, my videos. Should we watch myself watch you guys watch me? Nah, let me just delete those. The videos I watched. Where is it? Oh, history. How did I miss that? Oh my days, I'm blind.
Holy, scared the hell.
Nah, bro. What the heck is he on? Uh, My question is, why don't these people have blicks on them? Is that just me? Or is that normal?
Feel free to let me know what you think.
the right to protect yourself, man. Pop it. Like,
The following video was taken inside an elementary school that's been abandoned for decades. From vast, empty hallways to vacant classrooms, the school is entirely void of anyone else inside. Or so it seems. Although the person recording has explored this place before, they claim that there's now a different atmosphere inside. Unlike before, this place now gives a terrifying sensation. Chris Hill, who you may recall from previous videos, is an urban explorer who's encountered many strange things, but it seems that the following video may just be the strangest of them all.
alright,
It's
chat.
late
We gotta
at
lock
night
in.
when
Let's
Chris
lock in.
enters a run-down elementary school
Let's
all
lock
on
in,
his
chat.
own. As he walks carefully
By
through the
himself?
barren hallways of the place, he immediately starts to feel uneasy.
If you're feeling uneasy,
This is weird.
get out of there. Chat, are we for real? Are we for real right now? No way. He's picking which way to go. What was that there last time? That's the real question. I mean, people could have just came in. Honestly, yeah, people just could.
The
Could've just
classroom
came in.
items that are left behind make the place all the more creepy,
Nah, for real though.
but further exploration of other classrooms adds more to the creepiness of the site, as more school materials are seen left behind. Yet, as Chris continues to scout the place, it becomes apparent that something far more chilling resides at the school. As Chris walks further into the building,
What?
this is captured.
Yo, what kind of hallway is that? That's crazy. Oh my days, chat. I hate ads.
This game, you're not ready for it.
Bum ad, bro. Chat. So what should we do tomorrow? Should we do anything special, or should we just stay home? Now we're probably gonna go out to play a little bit of soccer. You know, out to wherever or where? Yeah, wherever.
You're in the middle of this beautiful sci-fi environment.
Alright. This is the main lobby. Main office.
Why did he look down that hallway? Yo, you're bugging, chat. Yo, me personally.
Safe is still here. I wonder what's in it.
Break. Yo, what the frick? You gotta push that, chat. He has to push it. Push it. You has to push it. Yo, push that. Push that. Yo, but you gotta rotate in. Rotate in. You gotta push that, bro. You gotta peek that. Nice peek. I like that peek. Yo, that's W peek right there. W check. He's checking the crack. Nice. Yo, that's crazy, bro. My days, shit. I'm scared. No, because at that point, you just gotta push it. I'll just go straight towards it and pound. Bro. Me personally. Nice, just like that. That's a great kick.
Hello.
He just said hello. He's calling out to the person that's in the... No. Wait, where's... Oh, I don't have it on me. Yo, you see his breath, chat? 5 times. Oh, yeah, he's rotating in. He's rotating. It took him like a minute to rotate in. It's crazy. Crazy slow to rotate in, honestly. My days. He's not checking his bag, boys. Bro, he's not checking his bag. Yo, he's not checking his bag. Oh my days, he's not checking his bag. What's up there? What's up there? No, what's up there? Chat, what's up there? Yo, you're bugging with that. No way there's plushies up there. By the way, he's by himself, bro.
He was standing right here.
Oh my days.
It's getting.
Is that ash on the ground? Yo, are those ashes on the ground? Loki?
Without warning, a very faint scream is heard somewhere in the building.
I need
Immediately
to peek on the
afterwards,
bed,
Chris
you know?
turns around and sees a moving figure across the room. He runs over to check inside, but strangely finds no one there. He then checks the closet space, but also finds nobody inside. It's as though the person he saw vanished
Ooh,
into
excuse me.
thin air. Further adding to the strangeness is the drop in temperature when Chris leaves the room. Now, this is very similar to when Chris had explored an abandoned warehouse, which turned out to be extremely haunted. Perhaps the same thing could be said about this place. But when considering the following occurrence, this notion becomes more likely the case. Early on, Chris had explored a different section of the building when suddenly this happened.
What? Oh wait, yeah. Well, I hate the bathroom, bro. Anything can be in there. Yo, anything can be in there, bro. Oh, what the frick was... Yo, what the heck? Yo, Chad.
Somebody's in there.
No way, yo, you're bugging, Chad. No, you're bugging, yo, watch your back, Go. What the heck, Chad? You need a weapon to go fight him. What are you doing? He says hello.
Oh, it's a toy.
It's not a toy, bro.
Oh my god, that scared the of me.
Get a cinder block. Carry it with you, bro. You look tough. You look strong, bro. Bro, I don't. Oh my days.
Imagine
What the
being able
frick
to
was
build
that,
an app
Chad?
with your name on it, just by
Yo,
thinking
you're
about it.
bugging with that,
Meet
honestly.
Base 44, a complete
Me personally, grab a cinder block and throw it at him,
Describe what you
bro.
want.
That right now is like #1, bro. Oh my days. Yo,
And
this
watch
is
it take
actual
shape.
ranked. I don't play ranked, bro.
Holy, that scared the hell out of me. Excuse my
Bro, I don't like ranked.
My heart is racing.
Alright, go check that. What is that? What the frick?
I thought it was a person standing there. It's a toy.
Are you for real? That's not a toy. It pump faked them, bro.
Look at this. That's. Why would somebody leave that in here?
He turns. Oh my days. He turns and it moves. No way. He turns and it moves. Yo, chat. If he turns,
Look at that thing, man. That is creepy.
Now, although the doll
If it
itself is
turns
pretty
and
creepy,
moves,
it's
you're
what it does
cooked.
before that's the most unsettling. Mysteriously, the doll drops on its own as soon as Chris enters the facility. According to viewers, it seemingly moved on its own as though it was taken over by a ghost or an entity of some
Exactly.
kind. Like most videos, proving that isn't easy. However, what happens later in the video, before Chris leaves the school,
There's more?
suggests that the place may actually be haunted.
Oh my days.
Chris is looking for an exit when this is captured.
Peek that. You gotta always peek. Oh, peek that. Nice. Stairs. Alright.
This place is crazy.
What? Where is he?
The last time I explored.
Yo, where is he in the world, bro?
Hello? Hello? What?
You're actually bugging, chat.
Okay, I know I heard somebody coming down these stairs. I'm out. definitely something weird going on in this school.
Why are you still there? Yo, chat, me personally, I would be out.
The sound
What's
of
up with this guy?
footsteps going down the staircase is heard above. Yet, when Chris heads over to see if anyone's
He's pushing it nice.
there,
I like
the
that.
source is nowhere to be found. Given what happened earlier, this mysterious source makes this place all the more eerie. Without a second of hesitation, Chris hightails out of the school through an exit as it appeared that the alleged paranormal activity was beginning to intensify. Chris no doubt believes that the school is haunted, but the idea of there being a squatter who was mistakenly identified as the ghost or entity inside the building is worth considering, according to viewers.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, though, we never see the squatter or person whenever something odd happens.
Not for real,
Whether
though.
the school is actually haunted or just riddled by squatters remains a mystery.
Now, that's the scariest thing ever, bro. It pump fakes him.
Now this
What
next
the
video
heck?
comes from a small channel whose only video is the one you're seeing. It was posted on August 20th of 2011, but the video itself is much older as it was shot on July 30th of 1994. In the footage, it appears that a group of friends are exploring an abandoned house that is believed to be haunted. They seem to be doing their own paranormal investigation. Their intention is to communicate with the spirit that lives there, as according to them, this alleged spirit has been visiting one of their friends in their dreams. It's happened more than a few times, which has convinced the friend who's been having these dreams that the spirit is trying to reach them. And so, for this reason, the group decides to visit the house where they think the spirit lives. The house is known for being haunted and is located near them, so they have some reason to think that it lives there. Yet, while being certain of the spirit's location, they had no clue as to what would happen while being at this place. If only they knew that coming here was a big mistake. The video starts off with one of the friends knocking on the door. As expected, no one answers. A minute passes, and the group breaks into the house. This is what they captured.
Dai, dai, entrate, dai. No, no. C'è sul casino qua.
Dai.
Dovete sapere che c'è un gatto su con 3 gattini. Non abbiate paura. Di miagoli, di roba. È stato così. Non c'è nulla. Cammina. La porta. Dovete essere
No, la porta lasciata.
Tranquilla.
Lascia la porta aperta, dico io.
Giulia, hai paura? Giù. Abbiamo detto che proviamo.
Dai, adesso.
Bro, blurry camera footage.
Fermi, fermi. No, raga. Fermi, fermi. Stia zitto. Parlo io. Sentite. Qua. Alessa. Allora, raga. Calmo. Abbiamo detto calmo.
Attenzione.
Tony, calmo e sangue freddo. Zitti. Proviamo a comunicare.
Although it's hard to make out what's happening inside, the group's dialogue definitely helps with understanding the situation. Emotions are running high, and everyone's tense. But then, after a couple of seconds, they finally attempt to communicate with the spirit. It is at this point, though, where things get pretty spooky. The group is at the bottom of a staircase, looking up at a room whose door is closed. The supposed spirit is believed to be inside this room, as they heard noises coming from inside. However, the room was empty when they first checked it. They begin to ask questions to the spirit hiding inside, when this is captured.
Allora, io ho avuto il sogno. Zitti. Sei tu che mi sei venuto in sogno. Zitti. Raga,
What
guardate la
the
pelle.
heck?
Pelle d'oca.
Oh my
Sei
days,
tu che mi sei venuto in
goosebumps.
sogno.
I hate those.
Sei una donna. Un uomo. Zitti.
Did he just say Illuminati?
È compresa tra i 30 e i 40 anni. Zitti. Zitti.
Mettete
La tua età è compresa tra i 30 e i 40 anni. Tra i 40 e i 50. Tra i 50 e i 60. È un uomo tra i 50 e i 60.
sei una salma, ancora fai sti
Tra i 50 e i 55.
Why are you trying to figure out the age, bro? Honestly, what point is there to figure out the age?
Grass
Like,
killer kills down to the root and is rain-proof in 15 minutes. Killer outcomes from a brand trusted by millions for more than 60 years. Spectra Sign, you hold the power.
We make these memories for ourselves.
That's my bad,
All
chat.
of a sudden, a knocking noise is heard. Mind you that nobody was inside when they checked the room. The spirit seems to be knocking as a way of responding to the questions asked by the group. They continue to ask questions when suddenly things get really intense. Watch.
Sei tu che mi sei venuto in sogno. Sei tu che mi sei venuto in sogno. Beh, fermi. Zitto. Iridescente. Iridescente, ripetete. Iridescente. 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 Basta. Tu canti, ma sei stupido.
No, you're bugging. Yo.
Iridescente. Sì, ok, molto. Sono col tesoro. Iridescente. Ha a che fare col tesoro. Siete bassi, Andro. Ha a che fare col tesoro. Benissimo, benissimo. Citto. Il tesoro è in cantina.
What does that mean? Let Satan. What the heck? Satan. Touch the cross. They have a cross on them? Oh, he's bringing out the video.
Out of nowhere, an object falls from inside the room. Following that, the door opens and closes back and forth, seeming as though the spirit was upset. Eventually, something that we can't see on camera makes the group run out of the house in complete terror. Depending on the group's dialogue, all responses seem to be genuine. The same could be said for everyone's reactions. But as always, what's your stance on this? Ghost or not?
I'm sorry,
You be the
if
judge.
it's a 4v1, we're standing up to him. Me and my friends are gonna stand up to him, bro. We're
In
gonna
the
throw
following
something
video,
back, bro.
a terminally ill grandmother is seen on camera behaving a bit strange. The grandmother in this video goes by the name of Tante, and according to her, a little girl dressed in pink is standing by her bedside. It's worth noting that Tante has never said anything like this before, which makes this video all the more strange. Take a look.
What is amazing, Mom?
Can you see this little pink girl here?
The pink girl?
Is grandma on her deathbed?
No, I can't see the pink girl.
That's messed up. Why did I say that? Yo,
Is she
is
Chinese
grandma
or
on her
Oriental?
last life?
Pardon me?
Chinese or
Chinese?
She's Asian.
party toiler? Parter.
They're having a party?
40.
What kind of, is it a birthday party with kids?
Tea party.
Who's having the birthday party?
Oh, I don't know.
Did she die? Yo, did she die
Now,
or
there's a
she's
certain
still alive?
phenomenon that often happens when a person is close to dying. Many of those who've had a near-death experience reported seeing deceased relatives or people that others can't see. Although it may seem like a frightening experience, near-death patients have claimed otherwise. According to them, the experience wasn't frightening, but rather comforting. It's as though the deceased relative they saw was reassuring them that even after death, they'd be okay. Given that during the time of this video, Tante was entering hospice, which is a form of healthcare given to those who are terminally ill, viewers believe that she was experiencing this exact
Yeah,
phenomenon.
may she rest in peace, Chad.
Whether Tante had seen a ghost or not, it's nice to know that whatever she had seen
If
was
she's
at least
dead,
comforting in
or
some
if she's
way
still
during
alive,
her final
we'll see.
days, as she had recently passed away.
Oh, my bad. May she rest
If
in
you
peace.
caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video.
Gmail.com. Number 1. Scariest videos in the world.
In this last video, a group of friends are hanging out inside a basement when something pretty creepy is caught on camera.
Nah, bro.
At the start of the vid,
With
the
the
friends are
bros?
having a conversation when one of them heads over to a room where the lights are off. What's seen inside has left them beyond spooked. Take a look.
I need with the bros.
House in here somewhere.
Are you serious? Dude.
It's dark. I don't know where it's. Okay, fine.
Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on.
Dude, I'm not standing
Turn
with
the
a
lights
mouse. Turn the lights on. I'm not standing
I
with
will
a
do it.
mouse.
I'll do it.
I can't see anything.
There's no mouse in here.
There's something in there.
There's not.
Did you get it?
I can't see it.
What the heck?
Did you get the mouse trap?
Yeah. Mouse is really getting fine.
If you look closely, there appears to be a face inside the room. Weirdly enough, though, it's no longer there when the lights are turned on. The friends claim they had caught a strange figure inside, but to this day, nothing else is known about this video. Real or not, the appearance of this thing is just pretty unsettling. As always, feel free to let me know what you think.
You're a bully, chat. You're a
Thanks for
bully.
watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Until next time.
Oh my days, chat. What the heck? No. Oh. 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 Can we hurry up, please?
I think I forgot Russ. Oh,
Chilling scares. Alright, chat. What the heck? Chilling scares. Alright. Should we like live stream? Which one should we watch, chat? Yo, you guys pick. Chat, which one should we watch? Should we watch this one?
And that was the last time anyone saw her alive. Divers looked for her underwater while rescuers scoured the riverbank, hoping she might have washed ashore somewhere. But even after hours of searching, Raisa was nowhere to be found. Lineal Do intended to use this broadcast as an opportunity to educate viewers on the dangers of river currents and general river safety, not knowing that he was about to solve the mystery of Raisa's disappearance on live TV. He took off his shoes and started slowly walking into the river while talking about the sudden increase in depth and how dangerous it can be for inexperienced swimmers.
Hold up.
Quanto mais você desce, mais fundo fica.
Hold on, let's watch this video, chat. What?
On the
This
30th
looks
of June
interesting.
2025, a reporter named Lineal Do Frazão went live from the Miriam River in Brazil to cover a tragic
Miriam
incident
River
that
de
happened
Brasil.
there just a day earlier. In
Brasil.
the early hours of June 29, a group of teenagers had decided to go for a swim in the river. Unfortunately, they underestimated its depth, resulting in the disappearance of 13-year-old Raisa Fernandez. Seconds after entering the water,
Damn.
her friends watched her dip beneath the surface, and that was the last time anyone saw her alive. Divers looked for her underwater while rescuers scoured the riverbank, hoping she might have washed ashore somewhere. But even after hours of searching,
chat.
Raisa was nowhere to be found. Lineal Do intended to use this broadcast as an opportunity to educate viewers on the dangers of river currents and general river safety, not knowing that he was about to solve the mystery of Raisa's disappearance on live TV. He took off
Mystery.
his shoes and started slowly walking into the river while talking about the sudden increase in depth and how dangerous it can be for inexperienced swimmers.
Quanto mais você desce, mais fundo fica. Ó, aqui, ó. Até que aqui É de boa, mas só que é uma descida. Aqui onde ela se afogou, gente, é uma descida. Pra você ver aqui, ó, ó, o tanto que eu passei aqui, daqui dá mais ou menos uns 2,5 metros.
2.3 meters
Ó, e
deep.
quanto mais você anda, ó a diferença aqui já onde eu estou agora, ó. Então, pessoal, e ainda tem a correnteza. Aqui já, olha, ó, um passinho para frente, a água já está praticamente me cobrindo. Então, o risco aqui é muito grande, é muito grande.
However, nothing could have prepared him for what he was about to encounter just seconds later.
Ó a fundura aqui, ó. Ui. Eu acho que tinha um negócio aqui no fundo da água. Não, era mole. Tá que não é ela, não.
While trying to demonstrate the river's deceptive drop-off, Lineal Do accidentally stepped on something lying on the riverbed. It was too soft and organic feeling to be a rock or a submerged log, which caught him off guard. The murky water made it impossible to see beneath the surface. But Lineal Do was starting to realize what it could be, leaving him too disturbed to go back and investigate further. He got out of the water and contacted authorities immediately. And it wasn't long before divers recovered the remains of Risa from that exact spot. Later autopsy report confirmed that there was no foul play involved. What happened to her was nothing more than a tragic accident.
Nah. How would she go in there?
On September...
Let's see that again. She opens the Gemini app, uploads the building rules for her apartment. Look at the size of that PDF. And asks if she can paint the kitchen cabinets. Gemini thinks. And it's a yes! Let her paint, Tom. Let her paint!
Hey, I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back. You know, I'm just worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off-world all the time, Kara. I'm worried you're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Clark. I have no people. Oh, miss wherever you are, buddy.
On September 25, 2025, the CBS 6 station in Albany, New York received a strange email with a 2-page document. It contained a nearly incomprehensible rant featuring Arnold Schwarzenegger, archaic centuries-old laws, and a proposal to create a board of trustees with prosecutorial immunity. However, the most important aspect of this document wasn't its content. Instead, the reason it stood out among the hundreds of emails the channel received every day was its author, 53-year-old Lawrence Krauss, who also included a selfie alongside the document. You see, Lawrence was currently under investigation for ending the lives of his own parents and getting away with it for over 8 years. It happened in August 2017. His 86-year-old father and 83-year-old mother were living out their retirement in their home in Crestwood Court in Albany, New York. And suddenly they were gone without a trace. None of the neighbors saw them leaving or heard anything about where they were going. Their house was also left abandoned, with Lawrence only visiting it occasionally to collect mail, mow the lawn, and clear the snow, and life went on as usual. A distant relative even requested a welfare check in 2020, but the neighbors repeated the same explanation Lawrence had given, ending the officer's questioning without any further suspicion. It wasn't until mid-2025 that the Albany police became aware of something shady going on with the Krauss family. Someone had been collecting Lawrence's parents' Social Security payments, even though the two hadn't been seen in years. This resulted in the police launching a formal investigation, and after months, finally executing a search warrant at the Krauss home on September 23rd. Over the next 48 hours, detectives collected thousands of financial documents and other evidence. More importantly, they discovered the remains, but instead of turning himself in or trying to run away, he made the unusual decision of sending this document to the local news network alongside his contact information. He was willing to do a live interview with the channel only if they published his document on the internet for everyone to see. The network agreed, and less than an hour later, Lawrence was sitting with a CBS 6 reporter for a live interview. Lawrence was a bit hesitant at first, but after some pressure, he cracked and confessed to everything.
I want to hear from you.
Yeah.
What did you do to your parents?
I buried them in their property.
You buried them in the backyard of that house in Albany.
Right.
When it actually happened, when your parents died, did they know what was happening to them?
Oh, yeah.
And then it was at your hand?
Well, yes, no one else's.
Right. So they.
And it was so quick.
How did you do it?
Yeah, I can't talk about that.
Well, you've just told us that
Right.
it was at your hand.
Right.
Were there drugs involved? Was
No.
there a suffocation? You suffocated them? You suffocated your parents?
Yeah.
What made this confession so disturbing, however, was the way Lorenz tried to portray it as something righteous. His argument essentially boiled down to, my parents were suffering from old age, so I did them a favor. Even though the neighbors described the couple as elderly, they were by no means sick or bedridden. They had normal routines where they tended to their garden, shared mint leaves with neighbors' kids, and listened to Polish music every
That's
day.
so messed up,
Their
bro.
lives weren't
What the
nearly as
frick?
miserable as Lorenz tried to portray during this interview. Now, it's unclear if he's severely mentally ill and genuinely believed everything he was saying, or if this interview was his way of trying to paint himself as the concerned son to earn the public's favor before his inevitable arrest. In either case, he had no way of escaping the consequences of his heartless actions. He was arrested immediately after walking out of the network's building and is currently awaiting trial for the death of his parents.
Damn.
On the night of October 28, 2023, the Utilita Arena in Sheffield, England was packed with over 8,000 spectators. They were there to watch the ice hockey match between the Nottingham Panthers and the Sheffield Steelers. The whole thing was also being broadcast live on TV for fans across the world, and the match started off completely normal. The first period ended without either team scoring a point. About 35 minutes later, the score was 4-2 in favor of the Sheffield Steelers. The Panthers needed to score soon if they wanted to make a comeback. So, one of their more renowned players, Adam Johnson, got a hold of the puck and started pushing into the Steelers' defensive zone. But before he could reach the goal, the match got interrupted by one of the most tragic incidents in ice hockey history. As Adam was making his way to the goal, a different player of his team bumped into Matt Petgrave of the Steelers. This resulted in Matt getting launched in the air and slicing Adam's neck with one of his skates. For those who don't know, professional hockey, causing him to bleed profusely in front of both the live crowd and the TV audience. Medics at the arena tried to stop the bleeding, but the cut was too deep. Fortunately, despite going into surgery as quickly as possible, Adam couldn't survive the injury and passed away just hours later. Matt was arrested shortly after on suspicion that he had cut Adam on purpose.
What?
However, investigators found no foul play in Adam's death and ultimately ruled it a tragic accident. The only silver lining in this entire case is that it resulted in the English Ice Hockey Association making neck guards mandatory for all players, something that would have likely prevented this from happening altogether. On the evening of September 2, 2011, TVN, one of the biggest networks in Chile, was airing the latest episode of a show called Calle 7. It was a live game show where teams competed in various challenges to make their way to the top, and this weekend's episode was supposed to be no different. But things took a disturbing turn about halfway through the episode when the show's host interrupted the competitors seemingly out of nowhere and told them to stop.
Nos acaba de llegar una información muy difícil de entregar. No habíamos querido decir nada antes de chequear bien lo que estaba sucediendo porque compromete a personajes del canal, a personas muy queridas, a un equipo del canal, entre ellos Felipe Camiroaga y Roberto Bruce, que también estaba en aquel vuelo a la isla de Juan Fernández, según tengo entendido. Es información que nos está llegando en este momento. El Ministerio de Defensa informó esta tarde, el presidente de la República, que un equipo de TVN iba al borde de una nave de la Fuerza Aérea de Chile que capotó en el archipiélago de Juan Fernández.
However, the reason for this interruption had nothing to do with the show itself. The host was talking about the C-212 Chilean Air Force plane that departed from the Arturo Merino Benitez International Airport earlier that day at around 2 p.m. It was headed for the Robinson Crusoe Airport, located hundreds of miles off the coast of Chile. Aboard was a full TV crew from the network, including the two renowned presenters, Felipe Camiroaga and Roberto Bruce. They were visiting Robinson Crusoe Island to report on the reconstruction after the 2010 earthquake. The flight started without a hitch. Unfortunately, as they were approaching the runway, the wind became extremely strong, making it impossible to land. The pilot tried to land a couple of times, circling in the air after each attempt. However, on the third attempt, witnesses saw the plane lose altitude much faster than expected and crash into the ocean just a mile from the island. By the time rescuers reached the crash site, it was already too late. All 21 people aboard the C-212 plane had passed away. But while investigators initially believed that all of those deaths were due to the impact of the crash, the reality turned out to be far darker. As they were searching the wreckage, they found footage that one of the cameramen took of the interior shortly before the crash. The footage showed the passengers strapped into their seats, completely unaware of their fate. But the more haunting discovery happened when investigators found an SD card inside an empty water bottle floating near the crash site. This card contained hundreds of images. However, analysis of these images showed that 2 of them were taken after the crash, including one of the plane's windows covered in water. These images put the crash into a whole new perspective. They showed that several passengers, including the cameraman who took these photos and preserved the SD card in the bottle, likely survived the initial crash. Sadly, they were trapped inside a rapidly sinking plane with no way out, forced to watch their aircraft fill up with water until there was no air left to breathe.
Damn, bro.
Niagara Falls is widely regarded as one of the world's most breathtaking natural wonders. However, while the surface is undeniably beautiful, the depths beneath the falls hide the disturbing history of many who lost their lives to the currents. One such incident was captured live on TV on May 30, 1985, when reporter Phil Kavitz was hosting a section about real estate in front of the falls. Suddenly, in the background, the camera captured a man caught in the current behind Phil. The rushing water carried him to the edge of the falls before throwing him over the 170-foot drop. And while a lucky few have survived the fall from the Niagara Falls, he wasn't one of them. The treacherous terrain under the falls also made it difficult to retrieve his remains. Once recovered, investigators identified the man as 56-year-old Robert Arens and concluded that the act was deliberate. However, Robert was only one of the 5,000 bodies that have been recovered from the foot of the falls in the last 175 years. Many of these 5,000 deaths were intentional, but there were a lot that weren't, difficult to breathe, making it even more challenging to swim to the surface. The water near the edge can also move at over 60 miles per hour, adding another layer of difficulty to an already impossible challenge. But the jagged rocks at the base of the falls is what marks the end for most people. On the 23rd of August 2010, at around 10 a.m., 21 tourists from Hong Kong returned to their tour bus after visiting the historic Fort Santiago in Manila, Philippines. They were also accompanied by 3 Filipino tour guides, and the trip had been going fantastic so far. But just as they were about to set out to the next location, they got interrupted by a middle-aged man in a police uniform. He was openly carrying multiple firearms, and his demeanor made it clear he wasn't afraid to use them either, something that became even more apparent as time went on. For now, things started off fairly calm, with him asking the driver for a ride to the next station. The bus driver tried to reject the request respectfully, explaining that he couldn't let him on because it was a private vehicle, not a public bus. However, the man wasn't having any of it. As soon as the bus driver rejected his request, he equipped one of his firearms and claimed that he was taking the bus hostage. This was 55-year-old Rolando Mendoza, a police officer with nearly 30 years of service. But he'd recently been fired over drug charges that Rolando claimed were untrue. Getting fired left him with no pension after 3 decades of hard work. And while he tried to fight for his job through official means, his superiors wouldn't listen. In an act of desperation and defiance, Rolando took this bus full of tourists hostage and presented a single demand. He wanted his job back. The situation so far looked fairly manageable, with 2 of his former colleagues establishing communications without any pushback. They were even able to convince him to release a few of the hostages. Granting his relatively simple demand would have been easy, but what followed was one of the biggest hostage disasters in the country's history, all because those in charge couldn't agree on the next move. Things started going downhill when Rolando's brother tried to approach the bus and was immediately detained by the officers. This made the already furious Rolando even angrier and more unstable. The situation only got worse once the media got involved. Nearly every news channel in the country started broadcasting the situation live. They talked about everything, including the plans officials were making outside. What they didn't know, however, was that the bus had a working TV and Rolando was watching and listening in on everything. This could have helped him formulate a plan and get what he wanted without hurting anyone. Unfortunately, the lackluster response from the officials made a peaceful resolution near impossible. His anger reached a boiling point when he saw how his brother was being treated by the police on live TV. This resulted in Rolando getting blinded by rage and opening fire on the hostages. Around the same time, the bus driver managed to free himself from the handcuffs Rolando put him in and escape through the driver's side door. Unfortunately, while he was able to remain unharmed, other hostages weren't as lucky, since, according to the bus driver, they were all dead, leaving Rolando alone in the bus. This revelation gave authorities the go-ahead to surround the bus and try to break in without any more casualties. But Rolando wasn't willing to go down without a fight. As soon as they tried to enter through the emergency exit, Rolando opened fire, hitting one officer on his bulletproof helmet and barely missing the others. So the officers thought of a different strategy. They flooded the back of the bus with tear gas, forcing him to the front, right into the crosshairs of a sniper, finally ending the hostage crisis. It wasn't until after his death that police realized the bus driver had misunderstood the situation and that 9 of the hostages were still alive. The massive loss of innocent lives broadcast live for the world to see, coupled with officials making wrong decisions at every turn, drew intense global scrutiny, marking this as one of the worst and most tragic incidents in Filipino history.
Chad, that's crazy. Interesting, interesting.
Wait, you got that ski from out the box?
Yeah, someone gave it to me. They bought it. Isn't that nice?
Wait, did they open it out the box in front of you?
Yeah, and then they gave it to me.
Are you sure? Better than having a used ski mask.
I think it's they took it out of the box and gave it to me. That's what it looked like. Could it have been used?
Yes.
Oh, should I take it off and put my other one on?
Nah, you already got COVID or...
No, but I don't...
Did they take it out the box?
Yeah, I think they did. They literally said they brought me a new one.
Wait, you got that ski from out the box?
Bruh. Bruh. Oh, what the heck? Chat, should we watch YouTube Shorts? Alright, we're not watching that. Oh my days, what the heck? Like, what the frick, Bob? Nah, bro, I wasted all my energy today. This is crazy, bro. Ryan 2000.
I was about to go to bed and then I nearly forgot to play Minecraft today. I'm playing Minecraft every day of 2026. Of course, there's going to be a day I forget.
All right. I think it's about that time, boys. I think it's about that time again. Now, I cannot spell in my days. Like, hi, Fro. Don't worry, Jared. I got this. Should we do jump scares? Oh, nah, chats. Bad.
Videos found on dark web. Part 3.
Dark web. Dark web. Oh, that's just disturbing. I don't like him. But he's tough.
Ever since the last compilation, it seems that many people have been experiencing a strange phenomenon where a person hears the
Shit, what the heck?
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible. Nina can't.
Code? Interesting. Can it generate reports?
Generate reports. Bro, what the frick? Can you hurry up? I hate ass chat. Why is this taking this long? No way, chat. Why is it taking this long?
In the following video, a woman named Aria is recording herself walking down a hallway inside a hotel, but something about her video seems off.
Okay.
What's off?
As it turns out, Aria wasn't the only one inside this hallway. Someone who was acting very strange was right behind her. So, for her safety, she records this video. But little does she know that what she captures would leave many viewers completely spooked. It was during this recording that many noted something rather unsettling besides the supposed person behind her. While taking this video, she captures this. Watch closely.
Okay.
Now, it's important to note that Aria is safe as she uploaded this video afterwards. She mentions that she immediately ran after hearing the person behind her start running. But this is where things start to get weird, because as many comments noted, there's something in her footage that makes this entire thing strange, and it's what she records at the start of her clip. Right when she pans the camera behind, if you slow the footage, you'll notice that no one is there. The so-called stranger is nowhere in sight, but strangely, she behaves as if someone is actually chasing her, when really, no one is. And something pretty creepy was caught on their security cameras when this happened.
So here's video of that girl that posted, and I'm gonna let y'all know now. It gets really weird.
Interesting.
Now keep in mind that this next video was posted by a housekeeper named Tony who came across Aria's video. He shared this video on his account to help explain hers, as she's gone completely quiet after posting her footage.
Really weird. It's like she acting like she's running from something or hiding from something, but there's literally nobody else in front. Like she tweaking. And the elevator door is not even closing. Like she playing hide and seek or something. But look, this ain't even the craziest thing. Like now the elevator door is closed. This ain't even the craziest thing. About this video though. I got like more video to show y'all, and it's just gets super weird. So y'all just stay tuned.
For whatever reason, the elevator doors don't close when Araya is inside, but as soon as she steps out, they finally do. This is something that never happens, according to Tony, who's been riding this elevator for years, and he finds it very odd that they stay open until she leaves. Now, according to him, Araya had left the hotel without checking out. She was seen rushing out of the hotel lobby and into a vehicle from Uber. But strangely enough, a few minutes after leaving, Tony notices something in the video that shakes him up. The following is what occurred after she left. Take a look.
And y'all think that's crazy? Keep watching like right by that door right there, by that table. Keep watching right over by there. My hand is shaking. Right there.
What is that?
What the heck? Bro, that's a rock from that table right there. Those are stones and those in bowls right there by that table. And that one of them stones just fell on the floor.
And there's no way that should happen because there's no wind in there.
Wind ain't even gonna do that though. This is
the wind.
Yo, this is crazy, yo.
A stone from inside a bowl seemingly throws itself out into the hallway where Arya had fled. Considering this and the elevator acting strange, it's no
Love Roblox? Earn Roblox digital gift cards with Microsoft Rewards. Sign up for Microsoft Rewards and earn points for your everyday activities when you search on Bing, play on Xbox, and use other Microsoft products. Get started today.
where Arya had fled. Considering this and the elevator acting strange, it's no wonder why Tony finds this whole situation unsettling. It's already
crazy,
weird
bro.
enough that
She's
she
an-
left without
she's
telling
a
concierge or
hallucinator.
anyone who works there what happened. And it's even more strange that she left all her belongings behind. Now,
Why is it
Tony
like that?
recorded this, but little did he know that in this video, something far more creepy would be seen inside. While taking this video, Tony gets this.
Investigating.
You said what?
It's like all my stuff is just left here.
That's what I. She kind of did just flee, bro. Why did she get 3? Isn't that weird? 3?
Yo, hold on, y'all. This is crazy.
It's what Tony finds inside the bathroom that has him extremely concerned. For those unfamiliar with this,
Oh my god. What?
So seeing this, the question is begged. Just what was this doing inside Arya's room? Could it be that someone had broken in? Or had she brought this herself? If it's actually the case that someone had entered inside, then her video makes sense now. Or at least partially, because we still don't see who it is that she's running from. And it still doesn't explain why the elevator was acting strange.
Nah, Tony a W for this, honestly.
Keep in mind, there's no construction going on. Nothing. But there's always some type of banging or clatter going on.
Not sure how to explain this, Tony rewatches the security footage from before. Maybe, as he believes, there might be someone who appears later in the video that could indicate she was being followed. After all, he did find that tool inside. So, he checks again.
Really
However,
interesting.
This is what he finds. Watch.
right, y'all. So I went back and was looking at the video of that girl from the other day, right? Because I'm thinking maybe somebody must be following her because I found that thing in the bathroom. Like, you know, it makes sense that somebody's probably following her. Because not just any person is going to have that tool. I mean, that tool is for getting inside of rooms.
Why is he so invested
So just
in this? Interesting.
Just keep watching the screen right here, man. I
No,
saw
no, no.
something that just-
What's weird is that he's so invested. He wants to find out the truth. Why is that? Yo, what the heck? Yo.
It's just the housekeeper down there. Right there.
I don't know what that was.
This is crazy. How do y'all explain that? Somebody
Try to be
explain it to me.
sneaky now, huh? Nah, that's just crazy.
This is crazy.
That's
Somebody
what I said.
explain this to me. Somebody, like, please, somebody explain to me what the hell that just was.
As if things couldn't get any more creepy, this happens. 3 minutes pass after Arya leaves, and a dashing shadow appears on camera. Whatever this is, just seemingly comes out of nowhere in the same corridor that Arya
Me
was
personally, if I
panicking
see
in.
that, I'm not working
Perhaps
that place
she
again,
wasn't
bro.
seeing things after all. Tony thinks
Me
so, and
personally,
he also
I'm
believes that
not
a
working
stranger
in
was
that
at play
place.
here. However, he can't say for sure, as he doesn't have any video evidence to prove this. But nevertheless, he has this and other clips to possibly prove that something unexplainable had taken place here.
That table and that one of them stones.
Let alone by Arya, this entire situation continues to baffle viewers. Just what exactly had Arya seen that night? And what was going on with the elevator she was trying to take?
How you from?
Like most videos, this one remains a mystery.
Better buckle up. Things are moving fast at Legoland New York this year. Like the brand new Lego
I hate ads, bro.
Now, the following video comes from a girl named Amy who writes that one night before going to bed, her little sister was freaking out because apparently she saw someone inside her bathroom.
Where? He's tall? Do you still see him? Is he still in there?
I'm sorry, getting work hugged.
Yeah?
Yeah, if my brother came around and said that, he's...
You want to show me where? In the shower? Okay. Are you sure you saw him? Yeah.
Although no one is there, Amy's sister is shaken up. Understandably, even Amy herself was freaked out by this. There was no way she was making this up, as she knows her sister too well for that. Although pretty creepy, she eventually forgets the whole thing. But fast forward to a couple nights later, and Amy
What does she get on camera, Chad?
records a video after seeing someone standing in her bathroom.
Why is the door open to her bathroom? That's my question.
Now, just to clarify, both Amy and her sister share the same bedroom, which is why her sister is seen here. She was dead asleep when this happened, and thankfully so, because while recording this video, Amy gets this.
What is she gonna get? Yo, Shaq. What the heck? Holy God, you're bugging me. Amberson, why is that door still open though? I'll close it.
That literally fell from up there.
Yeah, what the heck?
Out of nowhere, the smoke detector falls in front of a mirror, and in its reflection, Amy's comforter is seen shifting on its own. It suddenly peels back, as if someone was pulling it open. But as we can see, no one is around to have done that. And it doesn't help that her sister saw a figure standing in the same room where this happened.
Do you still see him? Is he still in there? Yeah?
Not much else is known about this incident, except that it scared the living daylights out of Amy. Like all videos, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions. Just how exactly did the comforter lift on its own? On a Wednesday afternoon, a woman named Sandra records a video of a house where not too long ago, something horrifying took place. Currently, no one lives in this house, and the reason for this is because Sandra moved out of it. She was the one who used to live there, and no one else has moved in since her.
The
But for
DoorDash
good
carrier.
reason. Something isn't right with this place.
So we are pulling up to my old house. No,
What the heck?
no one lives here anymore. It's haunted.
Haunted.
Now, there have been many times when Sandra's family would claim to feel uneasy when visiting her place. Like them, she never enjoyed being here, but the reason she's now back is because only 2 nights ago, after just moving out, she got a strange notification from her security camera that's outside the house. She didn't know she had left it behind until receiving this notification, so she knew she had to pick it up. But after seeing what was recorded, there was no way she was coming back here alone at night. The following is what was caught on the security camera. Watch.
Not going back there. Ever.
Creepy. Should we check it out?
No. The door is wide open.
When you wake up in the morning, do you thank God for the new day? Or are you consumed by anxiety and anger for what you do not have? Every day that I wake up, I've got a decision to make. Am I going to thank God for all that He's given me? Or am I going to focus on what I don't have and be angry and disappointed that I don't have? Expect me to watch cynic. Cynicism is office, living a life of a parasite, just reading all the beliefs of others. The question is not, how can you critique someone else? The question at the end of the day, which on your pillow is, what are you living for? And what is the evidence that you're living for is true? God loves you so much that He
Esto no es aquí. No extraño los besos que tanto tú me los dabas a mí.
Es cierto que te extraño. Cuando has hecho
La mujer.
Somehow, the door to the back entrance opens on its own. Thinking that someone had broken in, Sandra grabs her phone to call the police after seeing this on footage. After all, the lock on the door can be heard clicking open, as if someone was inside. But after seeing no one come out for more than a few minutes, that's when she knew this was something else. The reason she and her boyfriend moved out of this house in the first place wasn't just because they couldn't keep up with the bills, but also because of the strange things that kept happening inside. One night, Sandra woke up in a cold
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where you can do whatever you want. You can have really relaxed, slow-paced stuff where you can take it easy, or you could be on the edge of your
One night, Sandra woke up in a cold sweat to find someone or something staring at her from across the room. She blames it on sleep paralysis, but her boyfriend thinks otherwise. Now, despite having something on camera, they still don't have the camera itself. So, a few days later, Sandra goes back with her nephew to retrieve it. But while heading back, this is captured. Take a look.
No one lives here anymore. It's haunted.
A chair that appears heavy falls on its own, and it happens right when Sandra arrives. Despite there being nothing around to tip it over, the chair crashes down. For this reason, she believes it was no accident that this occurred. Just a few nights ago, the back door opened on its own, and before that, Sandra was already experiencing strange happenings in this house. It's no wonder why Sandra is fully convinced her old place is haunted. But of course, what are your thoughts on this? Is it actually the case that her old house is haunted? Or might there be an explanation for everything that's occurred? For now, there has yet to be a definitive answer to this question. On August 2nd of 2025, an old home video was posted by a girl named Kayla, who happens to be the girl in this footage. Although taken many years ago when she was just 3 years old, this recording continues to linger in her mind. It's not because she's fond of this memory, but rather disturbed by it. To this day, she has no explanation for what was captured in it. In the video, Kayla's aunt is recording young Kayla eating a bowl of soup. She's sitting at the table talking to her aunt when suddenly something catches her attention. What happens next has left her family spooked.
Apple! Look, an apple! Don't come in here, okay? Stay in there. Stay in there in the library. Don't come in here, okay? I won't eat you anymore. I'm just gonna get.
Who you talking to?
I don't like that.
Who you talking to?
I don't want to no.
Huh?
I don't like that one.
Well, who? You don't like who? What, baby? Like what?
For reasons unknown, Kayla begins talking with someone who isn't there. She immediately looks to her side as if sensing someone before telling whoever or whatever is there to not get any closer. But eeriest of all,
You just dropped your new track. Now imagine one link that sends every fan to their favorite platform.